Alrighty. So far, I have been modeling this chapel space after the school chapel, roughly. Like the windows taken directly from it, the beams or whatever you would call these up the top taken from the school chapel. The whole layout of the place is roughly inspired by it. Obviously, there's a severe lack of detail, but the whole, generally speaking. The thing is, the school chapel isn't necessarily Gothic. It has Gothic features, but not overwhelmingly Gothic. These features are probably the limit of how natural, how much naturalistic subject matter, how many sort of flowing, smoother forms there are in the place, and there needs to be more. If my goal is to create an imposing visual language, one that imposes with beauty, then I need more. So, for instance, this chapel along Packington Street, I think, has a nice exterior as well. But I never went inside, so I don't know what's going on in there. But the other place of worth noting is St Mary's in Geelong, and what I was considering taking from it is these pillars along the side. So, essentially, the ceiling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift up the walls, all of them. So the whole thing is going to go up, right up, and I'm going to extend it outwards from the center, so that way we can have these little cavities along the sides, and then there are going to be these pillars, as you can see, along the sides. And then once I've finished with that, then I'll work on the apps. So the entrance is not done. The entrance is obviously a work in progress, but this is generally the amount of space it will take up. What was added today was the pillars, which I think take up a lot of resources to render, especially because there's a lot of them. But like, each one of these pillars has what, 12 sides, so I can probably remodel the pillars so that they're a little less taxing on the engine. This giant window gave me a lot of grief, and if you look at the time lapse, you'll see that I spend a lot of time on it, because I just could not for the life of me figure out why the end here is so bright. When I look at this in the map editor, there is no texture. Essentially, it is invisible right at the end, but whenever I load it in the engine, there it is, and it got quite frustrating. But the window looks good. I'm happy with the window, especially I was really overthinking it because it's so far away. There's no way that anyone's going to be able to get close enough to actually make anything out on it. Like, if you look at this from below, it looks normal, but if we just look at it up close, like, yeah, it looks good. I'm happy with how it turned out, but it didn't need to be that much of a focus, and so, yeah. But no, it looks good. It looks good. I'm glad that I have a good looking window than a bad looking window. I've added these arches on the sides so that way it's a little bit more logical to a real church, because you can obviously sit along the sides here and still look in. I mean, I made this wood texture for the floor, but I don't even know if I like it, quite frankly. I think there needs to be some sort of barrier between the carpet and the wood, and the pews definitely need to be more substantial. I mean, if you're in church, sat down in your seat like this, and you, okay, one, I don't think the seats are typically meant to be that far away. I mean, I guess it's up to each church and how much space they've got, but, two, usually you have what are they called? Like the thing that you can pull out to kneel on, if you want to kneel. So therefore it needs to be a lot closer. And in fact, I think it might even be wise to have carpet on the floor in between. So you've got like wooden floorboards, then carpet. And perhaps even this would be better suited for in between the pews, and something a little bit more papal in the middle, perhaps a little bit more church-like, like with some sort of, I don't know, like the Cross of David or something. Cross of Jerusalem, sorry. I'll need to decide what goes up there as well. Like, perhaps I can do windows, or I can do these things. You know, these types of windows, I can have them along there, which wouldn't look too bad. And I really need to get to work on this altar up here, because, yeah. All in all, I'm happy with how the window looks from over here. I need to figure out the directional light, because there is a directional light, and I want it to be facing down here, although the light looks pretty good anyways. Yeah.